going to switch over to the top 8. I'm actually really excited about this. So this is our first top 8. So we're going to have Teamer Adventures versus Mono Green. We have Azorius Control versus Teamer Adventures. We have Mono White Aggro versus Demir Rogues. And Mono Red versus Gruul Adventures. So that is 1, 2, 3 adventure decks. 1 control deck, 1 Mono Green, 1 Mono White, and 1 Mono Red. Oh my god, this is going to be so much fun. And it's going to be Mono White versus Demir Rogues.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be a very tough matchup for aggro. For Mono White aggro.
Can you help me out? Okay, who is
Who is what?
This is probably the start that Mono White wants to be on, with Aspirant on 2, Aspirant on 3, and Howlblade.
Oh, sure.
Now they can attack in for 2, guaranteed next turn, or they might play. I think the Havelin's pretty much. Yeah, I think Aspirant, you need to go fast, go quick before Rogues get their plan started. So. Yeah, I think that was the right call, but they're going to slowly realize that there isn't another Aspirant in their hand.
I think I would have played the Howlblade.
But also now next turn, they could go Plains, activate a Faithless Haven, give the counter onto the Faithless Haven, attack in for 8. But Howlblade, it doesn't seem too terrible. Put a counter on. That seems fine. You want to diverse your mana. You want to diverse your threats.
What did you say?
I think they just keep attacking for the 3/3.
I was sorting out a problem with the other 2.
Yeah, tough call. Do you go in for the 3 or do you save the Aspirant?
I think they may have to save the Aspirant. I think.
Yeah, I would have saved it.
They let it go.
Me too.
Yeah. But mind you, if they draw Loris, then they're off of the races really at that point. So. But mind you, they have a Skyclave operation as well as a Giant Killer. But Ivan Drago's in a bit of a pickle here, so a Rune Crab is a threat right there.
Well, it's a threat in the sense of that it allows him to mill out cards and puts up a blocker, but he's not going to block anything. Why would he?
No. Now you can probably activate Faithless Haven. You can activate Faithless Haven, or you can Aspirant. Maybe would have went with the Aspirant, but you probably want to go with a better threat.
You mean the Apparition?
Apparition?
Yeah. I think I would save that for the Flyers.
But now...
Did he discard to save it? He doesn't have to, eh?
No, he doesn't have to. It's only 1 power creature. So do you take the 11, go down to 1, or... Yeah, I think you want to keep the Thief out. But little does our Rogues player know, they have a Giant Killer as well as an Aspiration.
Yeah, I totally would have held the Apparition back. Specifically because there's Flyers in this deck that I can't block.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I wouldn't have worried about the Ruin Crab. Not at this stage of the game, anyway.
So now they can go Now they have to answer. Yeah, get rid of the 1-3 and scoops it up. There we go. Mono white takes game 1, but I think it's going to get a lot tougher here on out.
Let's bring it all in.
Yeah, that doesn't seem terrible.
No, all those cards seem like good cards to bring in anyway.
Yeah, it's like, do you bring in the Archon because it can only cast 1 spell per turn?
Right.
And also the Masquerade can shut off Luris, which shuts off your own Luris. So you almost could take out the Luris, but then you're missing out on that combo they had earlier in the day. So,
right.
All right. So I guess he just runs it back and see what happens. So
he didn't board
but he is
anything?
up a game. So if what's that?
He didn't sideboard anything.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
No, I think he probably wants to wait and see. Like, there's nothing there. They could bring a glass casket to get remove stuff. I can see that. And maybe an Archon so it doesn't go nuts. All right. This hand is
really good.
Yep. Yep. Turn 1, bounty. Turn 2, remove something. Turn 3, maul.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
This is the perfect hand.
Now they can go. So now they just go Selfless Savior, attack in for 1. Do they block? They do. So, yeah. Now they have protection, so they can. Any removal spell is not going to hurt it too much.
You know, I've always used the bounty as protection for my other creatures, but I realized he was pumping it the whole last game.
Yeah.
And that's why his life was so high.
That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, it got him out of reach, losing that way.
Yep.
Yeah, so smart.
And then, ooh. So Glass Casket, if it doesn't get countered, we'll definitely get rid of the 1-3.
He's countering that, eh? I think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Yep, I think so too.
He's down a game. He's got.
But now they can get down the Shadow Spear without being countered. They attack in for 2.
Yeah.
All these all these small decisions are gonna make up in the long run. Like, this is how you win games, right? It's the small percentages. So I play this card, so you counter it. That way I can play this card, which is what I really wanted to do.
Like I said, we knew that mono white can take game 1, but it's going to get tougher and tougher from here on out. Ooh, okay, Aspiration is
open mana.
Not bad. They can hit the 1-3. Definitely want to get rid of the Thought Thief, because that would be the bigger target. You can sack the robber. But you could, there's not really good attacks because you would have to sack one of the 2 creatures.
Yeah.
There's not really any good attack, so you just have to sit back.
Mm-hmm.
Turn.
It's hard to get the Hollow Blade out when Ivan keeps holding up mana.
Oh my god, absolutely, Sweet and Salty. I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
What's that? The Hollow Blade?
Yeah, I can't risk losing it because Ivan keeps holding up mana.
No.
But if he taps out, man.
If it taps out, then there's a Mold the Skyclaves that's going to hit. Ooh. So he's going to name rogues. All the creatures on the side of the board are going to
Why would he
indestructible, but it doesn't matter because it's 3+3. It's not going to matter. He gets a 2/2 out of the bunch.
Right.
So I guess it's just Hollow Blade, say go.
Shadow Spear. Yeah.
Shadow Spear, and then hold up Mold the Skyclaves to give it.
Indestructible.
That's sad.
That is sad.
Yeah. Which in turn he could do it in response to something else. So unless he has like 2 ways to get rid of it.
No.
No,
Yeah, I think that's a dig. That was a proper dig.
I think so too.
It was either that or bring Luris over.
So
I
now
think.
it's going to be. So now if they don't have. So I think the play is. Yeah, I think that's probably the right play. So now they have now our rogues player has to respond to this now.
What is happening?
I would hold on to that. I would attack in for 4. Attack in for 4. You have bounty as well as maul. You can attack it to give it indestructible.
Well, Shadow Spear, doesn't it give it first strike?
Life
Trample and lifelink. So we'd have to discard the card.
You let it die?
Oh. So, yeah, it gives it +1/+1 and has trample and lifelink.
I think that was the wrong play. I think they should have just maybe they should have went the Skyclaves because now they can respond to removing the bounty here.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Cute Guy Canada. Yeah. I think it was a very big mistake.
Yeah. So this might bite them in the butt here, but
he also has no cards in hand now.
Yeah. And our rogues player is pretty much in the driver's seat with.
He has 2 drowned in the locks. What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah. So this, I think, yeah, if he has 2 drowned in the locks, this game is over like Rover. Yeah. So drown in the lock gets rid of the. There. They can attack in for 4. If they have more creatures, so they'll bring Luris in, attack for 4, mill them a bunch. There goes 2 creatures.
I mean,
there goes the land.
Dimir has a long way to go in the sense of like, Mono White does have 2 artifacts in play, but like at this point with the Drown Lock in hand, it's hard not to feel like Dimir has control of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mono White has it. I think Mono White is pretty much.
Yeah. They did play both.
This is going to garbage time. Yeah. Now we're heading to garbage time here. So, and those 1 or 2 plays, like we talked about early in the day, would probably come back to bite them. And yeah.
Activating a Faceless Haven here isn't even going to help them.
No. They don't have enough mana to fade this Haven and attach one of the equipment.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, this is the rogues throwing up their hand, and I think this is. I think we're going to garbage time here. Yeah.
You never want to see that.
Right to game 3. No.
You never want to see
That's
that.
Garbage time. But definitely, I think Archon may be. Yeah, he's bringing in the Archon.
For
so
sure.
They only cast 1 spell per turn.
Not only that, it flies.
Yeah.
You can't just wait for just wait for Maul of the Skyclaves to have a flyer finally.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right the Skyclaves. He's taking out the Spellbinders and also the God of Worthies because everything that's like it's 3 or less or 2 or less.
Yeah.
You could bring in the Fallen, but I think the same game plan is turn 1, turn 2, all the Skyclaves, turn 3. And that's what he's looking for in his hand.
I still want to see the Doctor advance, but I still want Dimir Rogues to crush him. I'm so intense.
This hand is keep. This hand's a keep.
It's a keep for both.
So you have, yep.
No. Oh yeah.
And Usher
you
the
get
Fallen,
both. Yeah,
they can
you
go
can.
wide. Usher the Fallen to go wide. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So now they can go land, go, or land, savior.
I would have
Make them have it.
hollow blade while you still have cards to discard.
Yeah. So now they could just.
I like that train of thought, sweet and salty. I like that train of thought a lot.
Ooh.
Once it's on the board, it's so hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
No, do not. Ooh. So our Mono White player almost sacked it in response, so they wanted to wait till blocks.
Yeah.
I think that was the right call.
Good eye, Killed Guy Canada. If he had sacked that, then he just wouldn't have blocked.
Yes, but now they block. Now they have to sack it in response. Give it indestructible.
So at the moment,
those little plays.
yeah, at the moment, he's not missing land drops, and he's getting creatures onto the battlefield. This is exactly what Mono White wants.
Applying pressure. Applying pressure. Now they can attack him with the 2/1. They can attack with both, so that way you can.
I wonder what he's gonna block.
Still, no, he's gonna block the 1/1, or make him sack it. Sack the bounty. Yeah, that was probably the wrong. They probably shouldn't. They're gonna lose the 1/1.
That makes sense.
That was probably the wrong. Yeah.
Gonna be tight.
Mind you, they do have. Yeah. So now they do have Hollow Blade. They can sack. They can get rid of like a Faithless Haven or a Glass Casket. I think they'll get rid of the Haven if Hollow Blade has to remain indestructible. They're not going to block, obviously. Take one. The scry is going to be important here.
They're putting a crab on the bottom.
Bottom that. Yep. They don't.
What does that tell his opponent? It tells his opponent that I want to kill your creatures.
Can the opponent see that it was a crab?
No.
Well, then it tells his opponent
so
nothing.
It just goes right to the bottom.
Oh, that's.
So Glass Casket's definitely going to get rid of the 1/3.
That's great. Getting rid of the sour.
I would attack him with the 3/1. I would leave the 2/1 back. I would attack him with Hollow Blade. Probably the right call. That's fine. It's probably smart to do it before combat because they don't want to get the boast trigger.
Agreed.
Attack for 3/1 and say go.
Now
I do Selfless Savior, yes.
Everything. Oh yeah, because he can sack his Selfless Savior to protect the Hollow Blade, right?
Well,
yeah, for this turn. Now, if they have 2 plays per turn this turn. All right, so
I don't think he's going to do anything.
Definitely, I think Mono. Who Rogues?
Yeah, I think he's just going to go end step into the story. Exactly. Yeah. He's going to take the 3 damage and try and get ahead.
And he's got a full fist of cards. That's more what Rogues want to do anyway.
Exactly.
And that's a scary thought to have Rogues have a full fist of cards.
And 5
now, if it's 7 lands, if it's 7 man, if it's like 7 lands in Loris, that's a different story. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here comes the mill train.
Well, he's got to start putting answers on the board to respond to his creatures.
Yeah. Ooh. That just got rid of one of the Archons.
That's good. Oh, another Glass Casket.
Okay, so...
He counters this, right?
Counter because you have to counter it.
You have to. I totally agree.
You have to counter it because you need to protect the Forcer, because your Forcer is your card draw, it's your engine. So you attack with the 3/1. You attack with the 3/1 and maybe the 2/1.
Doesn't the thief there have death touch?
It does, but if
Yes, it does.
he sacks the dog, he just makes his he makes whatever he wants
Sacks
indestructible.
dogs.
So it doesn't really matter.
It's not worth it.
But he can sack the dog, boast for 1, make a 1/1.
I don't know.
But
if
the
you
thing
wanna
is,
stack
Loris
here.
is in.
No, you want to protect the Hollow Blade because
Yeah.
he has no cards in hand.
Yeah, that's true. Because if you sack the savior, then that Hollow Blade, yeah, into the story for another
Then he's
another
naked.
fistful of cards.
Oh my god, I love you, sweet and salty.
Oh,
You know what the Demir deck is called when you play it in person, Kilt Guy?
ooh,
The
you
paper
haven't
mill.
played in real life. What you just say? Oh, you're playing Rogues? Bye.
No, the paper mill.
The paper mill. Oh.
See?
Hey, I had a better joke there.
I don't need no
Right,
subreddit.
so,
Yeah.
no. Mm. Me.
So what did he go after here?
Yeah, get rid of the
He goes
land.
after the land.
For sure.
Go to the land.
So in response, he can sack Selfless Savior, but in response to that, the Demir deck can cast Drown in the Loch.
And take out the Hollow Blade.
Do you get rid of the Faithless Haven?
Or yeah, either one.
The Hollow Blade.
Yeah. I would've got rid of the Hollow Blade.
I would have got rid of the Hollow
He
Blade.
can't because he's got a card in hand.
Oh.
I saw
Yeah,
that
but
happen.
that's like a
make 'em-
2-for-1. I don't know if that
Yeah.
would have cost a lot to save that guy.
Mhm.
Mind you, they want to hold on to it so they can go maul the Skyclaves this turn
Yeah.
and still have one card up.
You playing
But
against
with
blue,
rogues,
you can't
I
even
believe
guarantee it.
Crippling
Shit.
Fear is, yeah, that's, I think we're almost heading to garbage time again because it doesn't matter what they name.
Oh,
They're
that's
always gonna
it.
name rogues.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's 19-9.
Yeah.
What's he got?
But
He's
I
got
think
no
this-
land, no creatures.
He's got 3 land, and his turn's coming up.
No, he does. He 3 lands, but he needs a 4th snow-covered land to activate Faithless Haven. But
Yeah.
at this point, rogues pretty much have.
He just needs a hollow
Rogues
blade.
player can sit back and say go. At this point, yeah.
And
as soon
he's
as Loris
tapped out.
comes down, so
Selfless
Savior's in.
not gonna
But
do it.
Not this turn.
I think we're
Here
headed
comes
to garbage
Loris.
time, and our Loris player looks like is in the driver's seat right now.
I agree, sweet and salty. Playing Loris here is exactly what he needs to do.
And now with Loris in the play, they can play dead weight every single turn.
Oh, that's horrible.
It is
so
horrible.
nothing happens. Yeah. So they have the loop. And I believe
Dead
our
weight's a
rogues player
permanent?
is going to get there.
It's
in
an
3.
enchantment. It's a 1-mana enchantment.
And they can play it from the graveyard because it's 2 mana or less permanent
What a crock.
with Loris.
No, not Brock.
So now they could Faithless Haven, tack for 4,
I-
or attack for 4, but Loris would be going underneath the bus, or the Merfolk robber's gonna just go under the bus.
So he blocks here,
Which
sacks
they
the
can
draw
stack,
card.
Yeah.
And
Feel
if they
like
draw
that.
the right card, they can
Would have used the
can
face.
Fable Passage, remove it. I think this game is pretty much over right here.
I think I agree with what Sweet and Salty was saying. By using the Faceless Haven to block, it's putting the pressure and stress onto the other opponent. By trying to force in damage, you're forcing in damage with nothing in hand.
Mm-hmm. But now with what you see on the board right now, bunch of 4/4s, 3/2s, and the engine going, yeah, I think Rogues has pretty much just got this here.
Oh,
Yeah.
lands. I just can't handle it.
Yeah, mono white goes down in 3, and our rogues player goes on to the semis.